All right, guys, y'all picked the right lake. We're going to be fishing Allatoona in November. Good choice. That was some good boating on your part. Craig had recommended Allatoona, and I'm here at the dugout, as you can see. It's a great bait and tackle store in Kennesaw Bait Company. And Craig's going to walk us through kind of what he would do from a strategy fishing Allatoona in November. He is an Allatoona expert. In fact, I'm going to ask him some questions and then let him get started. So, guys, this is Craig from the dugout. And Craig, how often do you fish Allatoona? I know you work a lot. How often do you fish Allatoona? When you
fish it quite a bit in the fall and in the wintertime.
Yeah,
and it's our home lake. It's what we've got. We have to fish it.
Yeah. What's the biggest bass you ever caught on Allatoona?
Biggest one in a club tournament. You know, we had one that weighed like 798, a largemouth, several years back, but that was in the dead of winter on a crankbait.
Nice. So, and big spots? You catching big spots?
That was a big largemouth. I mean, you catch some decent spots, but I mean, it's more than a fair lake. November, December, January.
Okay.
It's a fun lake. You got a chance to catch some very decent fish.
Well, we're putting in at Blockhouse, so I know some of us will be making a run. So if you were putting in at Blockhouse that morning, what would you do? Would you start heading up creeks? Or
I'd head to the main lake and I'd throw some sort of small spinnerbaits, compact stuff.
Yep.
Throw a spinnerbait first thing in the morning. I mean, it's time for that. You could throw a buzzbait a little bit too. There's still going to be plenty of fish, be aggressive, but you should be able to get a limit pretty quick doing that.
Okay.
Or throwing some sort of lipless crankbait.
Got it.
Bright colors seem to work really well in Allatoona.
Okay.
Anytime you pass by a tree or something during the day, throw a jig.
Okay.
Chance to catch a really good fish. Any laid down trees. Cooper's Branch is a good place. There's a lot of trees in there. There's a lot of good areas to fish on the lake. If you're going up the lake, break out the crankbaits. Get on the steeper walls up around Little River, the Etowah. A lot of guys throw this bandit crankbait up there, particularly all the guys that fish Sunday mornings and stuff up there.
So Rocky Points, you think?
They're fishing a lot of steep vertical banks and stuff, to 45-degree type banks, but they parallel the banks and fish really close. And then once again, with the rattle bait, back off, fish the flat, nothing banks. A lot of bait fish on them usually. Afternoon bite, rattle trap's key.
Okay. Great
time to be throwing it.
And the afternoon bite can get stronger.
The afternoon bite should be better than the morning bite for catching quality fish.
Okay. All right.
Definitely.
And how deep?
I would say if you're fishing over 10 foot on Allatoona in the month of November, you're not going to do well.
You're too deep.
I mean, you may catch them. There's always going to be some, but quality fish are going to be less than 10 foot deep.
Okay. Now we've got some avid drop shotters in our club. Is that a technique that you can still use around
Absolutely.
blowdowns?
I mean, you can fish the V's in the creeks. There's going to be a lot of fish to be caught like that, shaky heading in the creeks. There's a lot of different choices. The bigger fish seem to come from up the lake or extreme down the lake that time of year. I mean, you can look at the weights and, we know who the guys are that fish and look at the Sunday morning tournament. I mean, there's the same guys that fish up the lake usually always come in with bags of 10 pound or more every Sunday.
Okay.
So, give you an idea, they're throwing a lot of crankbaits and they're throwing a lot of spinnerbaits and they're throwing a lot of moving baits.
I'm going to focus a little bit right now on what you've laid out for us. So just walk through the lures.
Yes, sir.
And these guys can put together an order, and I work right next to the dugout, and I can come
We're glad to do mail order delivery, yes.
Okay.
But a small spinnerbait in the morning, just something compact, any brand that you like. This is a Nichols. It's a quarter-ounce compact spinnerbait. I usually pull a few strands of the skirt out of there to make it a little more sparse. Any of your crankbaits, if you like to throw a lipless crankbait, the flat nothing banks work well. Rattle traps, I'd have a chrome one, I'd have a chartreuse one, something like that. Or if you like to throw the red eye shad, no problem with that. Both are good baits up there. Chartreuse bandit crankbait of some sort, or a Norman, any brand you like. One that runs 5 to 8 foot, you'll do well with. You want to bang the bottom. Rocky Banks should do well. And a jig, root beer colors, anything like that, browns. Any cover you see, pitch a jig around it, chance to catch a really good quality fish. Any laydown has a chance to hold a big largemouth or even a good spot, But it should be a well placed day for the tournament. You guys should have a great time.
Well, excellent. The weather's they're calling for a warm November. Hopefully we'll get
be good.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a few clear days and get a little bit of stain off the lake before we get
a little breeze in the afternoon. Going to get better.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, you heard it from Craig and Jeff.
That's right.
You heard it from us, and we're going to have a great tournament. We're going to be close by, so you can still date your wife. that evening, and you know that's important, especially for Ryan, who's getting married in the spring.
Got to keep her happy.
Yeah, I mean he's got to make sure
Yeah,
that
big time.
because you know if he